Watchers. This is Chief Forecaster Connor Keeley back with another video. Today we'll be discussing the potential tornado outbreak that could unfold across the deep south today along the northern Gulf Coast region. So let's go ahead and take a deeper dive into it, as it could get pretty significant and bad out there tonight. So as you can see here, by get storms here to fire up and develop along a prefrontal boundary back here across Texas, and some with a warm front moving through the region as well, and we start to get these scattered storms to start to develop and pop up across the afternoon as the day goes on. And as you guys can see here, they start to get more cellular instead of being a linear mode. So as you guys can see, we get a lot of storms here to develop, especially across central Mississippi and going down into Louisiana, back into Texas, and extending eastward into the Florida Panhandle later tonight. But what we really need to watch by 8 p.m. This is by 8 p.m. tonight now. What we should really be watching for the potential threat for significant tornadoes is this region right in here should be watched for tornadoes at 8 p.m. tonight. So go forward on to 9 p.m. now, and we start to get more of a line to develop back across Louisiana by rather 10 p.m. tonight. And what's going to happen here is by midnight tonight, we have this well-defined line approaching New Orleans now. But what we really need to watch for is, yes, there could be a few embedded tornadoes throughout this line, but what we really need to be watching for is for these cells developing out ahead of the main line. Because watch what's going to happen here, alright? Watch those cells there. Watch what's going to happen. They're going to start expanding into more of a big cluster by 2 to 3 and 4 a.m. with it looks like 3 a.m. tomorrow morning. Look at this. We have a lot of discrete cells ranging back from Biloxi, Mississippi, going up into southern Alabama and moving into the Florida Panhandle by sunrise tomorrow morning before it goes back to being linear. So I think that there could still be potential for an upgrade to a moderate risk later tonight. Let's see how much moisture we will be working with in the atmosphere here. So while we just wait for this to load up here, well, let's see here, folks. Go to, now we're at 8 p.m. tonight. We have good moisture across the southern half of the storm region, and it starts to make its way up a little bit farther north now. So we're working with some good moisture here as these storms do move eastward. And we will be taking a look into Florida tomorrow as we get done covering what is actively going on out there. So we take a look at the severe weather dynamics of this system. We look at the service-based CAPE to see how much convective available potential energy that we are working with here tonight. Let's go ahead and forward to 8 p.m. now. 8 p.m. tonight, as you guys can see, it's in the 2,000 range, maybe get up to 2,500 in isolated areas. So that's pretty good CAPE. As you guys can see, CAPE value is, yes, it may be on the lower side, but yes, it is still going to be good enough severe weather potential. So this is midnight. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So this is by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. As you guys can see, we already have Cape moving into Florida. Yes, it's rather low, but a good chunk of it is still offshore. Now, so what I want to share with you guys is the supercell composite here, because that will give us a good update on one that's finally good sounding to click on for you guys here. So I was just curious to what the sounding could be here in downtown New Orleans around midnight tonight. So this is a pretty high sounding actually for what we got going on here. So as you guys can see, we have good curved clockwise hydrographs, and looks like we have upper winds in the atmosphere exceeding 100 plus knots. So that was pretty significant for Louisiana there for this time of year, guys, especially in a system like this. And that just continues eastward, you know. So see how many rotation marks are out there by the end of this. So it's like we got a good one going across Louisiana there. So you know, this is all good and stuff. So we'll go ahead and take a look into tomorrow now across Florida. So let's go back to the composite reflectivity. Let's go back to the 18Z now. So we get to 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So go back to here it is 3 o'clock now, and this thing is just right offshore, guys. Pretty weak, but look, alright, go to 4 p.m. now, go to 5 p.m. and it intensifies at 4 p.m. right before, as it's moving onshore in Pinellas County. Look at that, 5 p.m. moving right to Tampa, right through downtown Tampa at your commute hour of 5 p.m. and by 6 p.m. it should be pushing out of the Tampa Bay region by 6 or 7-ish p.m. So you guys want to see the dynamics, of course. I don't blame you. So we're going to take a look at our significant tornado parameter, just to give you guys a good start off of what we could be dealing with here tomorrow across the Tampa Bay region. Alright, so it's by 4, that's 6, that's 5, this is 4 p.m. So let's see, right here in East Tampa. So this is a PDS Tor sounding right out of East Tampa, and we got those good clockwise hydrographs, and we got dew points in the 70s, and everything is checking out to be pretty good actually, with winds being well excess of 100 miles an hour in the upper atmosphere layers of the atmosphere. Let's take a look at our surface-based CAPE. Now at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Alright, so here we go, 4 p.m. tomorrow. We have Cape values near 1500 almost throughout Hillsborough County tomorrow. Now, I want to show you guys something as we could have a good updraft tolicity here. Okay, I want to show you guys what this map looks like. It's loading through. So look at this. Right here, look at that strong one moving right through Tampa region. We have to watch that, guys. Okay? Let's go ahead and take a look at our Storms Prediction Center risk. That looks like we have a new MD issue, so let's take a look at this first. So this is saying the timing of severe threat is still uncertain for eastern Louisiana, so that's why I have a 40% watch probability right now, but that will most likely be upgraded within the next few hours. So you guys can see I have a widespread enhanced risk reaching from Houston, Texas, all the way through Panama City, Florida, with that significant tornado threat being all the way across, and the significant wind being for the eastern half of the enhanced risk, and the hail being for the western half of that slight risk. They're still saying that an extensive quasi-linear convective system is still expected to develop this evening and move eastward along the Gulf Coast, with recent HRRR runs suggesting some potential for prefrontal supercell development. Any mature prefrontal supercells could pose a strong tornado threat late tonight across parts of the central Gulf Coast, with damaging winds and line-embedded tornadoes also possible with the primary quasi-linear convective system. A moderate risk upgrade remains possible with D1Z update, which is at 8 p.m. tonight, but that depends on the observational and short-term guidance trends regarding northward advance of the warm front and potential for mature prefrontal supercells. Okay, guys, so let's go ahead and take a look at tomorrow's threat, as it is another pretty big area. Have enhanced risk going all the way from almost to Virginia, North Carolina border, all the way down to almost Tampa, Florida. We got 2 areas of 10 significant tornadoes, with Tampa being included in that slight risk. We got wind for that whole enhanced risk area and just a small section of hail potential for the eastern Florida panhandle. This doesn't really say anything about being upgraded to a moderate risk yet. I'm not 100% sure if it will or not, but it does say that there's a potential for a few strong tornadoes tomorrow. So, you know, we have to watch it, you know, but we will take a look into the day 4 to 8 outlook, as day 4, Thursday, we're back up again for severe weather across the same region pretty much. And then on Friday, a big swath of severe weather going all the way from Virginia to Louisiana pretty much. So, you know, we'll just keep an eye on. But let's go ahead and take a look at our GFS model now, just to see what the weather will be like in the next 384 hours potentially. So you guys can see, we get our pretty strong cold front to move through the upstate of South Carolina, bring in significant flash flooding possibly. So here's move through. We get another front that comes through Florida next weekend. Doesn't look like anything significant. But here we go. We get a good we get a little bit of a stronger system on Tuesday, January 16th, potentially. So, and then things get pretty quiet after that. As we end the month of January, things get pretty quiet again. So, to end the month of January, which is relatively good. We're just going to take a look at the National Weather Service website, though, for the Tampa region. Okay, because I do want to point out that we do have a coastal flood warning for the Tampa Bay region, along with gale warnings, as we're expecting 2 to 4 feet of storm surge rise, and this gale warning goes for the potential for 7 to foot seas expected. So, you know, we have to watch it. I'm sure it will happen, but could be a good storm surge threat possibly for the west coast of Florida with a 2 to 4 foot storm surge rise. So there's your weather for your next 3 days too. So I hope everybody enjoyed watching today's video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Have a good rest of your evening. Stay weather aware and stay safe out there.